From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standardspeaker.
An alleged heroin dealer is cooped up in prison, but now somebody's cooped up a pack of dogs at the place where he used to live. The mystery of the dogs at the drug suspect's house, our top story on News 13 for this Wednesday. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. An alleged drug dealer used to live there, but there are some new tenants. A pack of dogs have made their home at the duplex in Butler Township, but their owners are nowhere to be found. Christina Papa spoke with an officer today to find out where these dogs are going.
3 dogs sit outside this empty double house where Dixon Francisco used to live. Police arrested the 31-year-old from Butler Township back in early June.
Dixon Francisco, he was allegedly selling heroin from this location.
When they raided his home on South Hunter Highway, they found 2.5 bricks of heroin, syringes, marijuana, and cash. Police confiscated all the drugs and weapons, but they left something behind.
He had some pit bulls here, and the animals were supposed to be taken, arrangements were supposed to be made to have the animals taken from here. Evidently, they were left here and someone was supposed to be caring from them.
This is one of the 3 dogs living right outside of the house. Their makeshift home is really just a couple pieces of plywood lying up against a metal crate. News 13 wasn't able to get in touch with the SPCA today, but police say a humane officer has been checking up on the dogs. The SPCA does not want to take the pups off the property until the owner signs them over. That way, when they're brought back to the shelter, someone can adopt them.
No one is supposed to be living in the apartment building, but the dogs who sit right outside are being fed by someone and are actually in good shape. The SPCA is looking for the people or person who's feeding the pups, and they're coming back today to make sure that the dogs are doing okay.
When police came to the house with the SPCA yesterday to check on the pups, neighbors told them they had tried to feed the dogs before, but didn't know who the dogs belonged to.
Apartment 4003, the caretaker of the property told us that someone broke into the apartment and left 2 dogs there.
The SPCA posted a notice on the house Monday asking the dogs' owners to call the SPCA. That was ripped down, so they reposted it again on Tuesday.
We still have not been able to locate that person who dropped the dogs here. We're hoping to reach them soon.
Anyone with information about the dogs' owners is asked to call the SPCA. Christina Papa, News 13, Butler Township.
A state police fire marshal says the cause of a fire that gutted a Shenandoah home and damaged 4 others early Sunday morning was accidental. Investigators say that an overloaded electrical outlet in the second-floor room is what sparked that blaze at 634 West Penn Street. Family living at the home was away on vacation, and police were able to get a couple out safely from an adjoining home. While the home where the fire sparked suffered extensive damage, the 3 other homes in the block also suffered some light damage. Fast action by fire crews contained most of that fire. Nobody was hurt in that fire in Shenandoah. More jobs on the way to Greater Hazleton thanks to the merging of 2 mattress manufacturers. Last year, mattress maker E.S. Kluft and Company moved a production facility into the Humboldt Industrial Park. Now it's merging with a company called Vispring, which is based in England. The expanded luxury mattress maker says it will create 40 more jobs by the time the merger is complete, with a total of 75 workers at the plant. The plant will now be the largest provider of luxury beds in the world, with $380 million in annual sales. Plant executives say that hiring for those new jobs is expected to begin within the next 2 to 3 months. Congressman Lou Barletta has thrown down the gauntlet on illegal immigration. Barletta first led the charge for immigration reform as mayor of Hazleton. Yesterday, he introduced his immigration plan, which included examining the effect of past illegal immigration laws on American citizens.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in the wake of the passage of the Senate amnesty bill to shed light on 2 important elements of illegal immigration that the Senate has grossly overlooked. We need to know what effect the 1986 amnesty program had on the American worker and whether the effects still linger today. The first bill, the Visa Overstay Enforcement Act of 2013, will, for the first time, make staying in the country after your visa has expired a felony criminal offense instead of just a civil offense. Upon a first offense, The visa overstay would bring a $10,000 fine and 1 year in jail. We have immigration laws for two reasons: to protect our national security and to protect American jobs. The Senate bill violates both of those principles. So tell me, why would we do this?
And Barletta hopes Congress will take the illegal immigration issue more seriously and pass the bill that makes it harder to come to America on a limited visa and then never leave, especially since 1.5 million people are currently waiting for the change to be changed to immigrate illegally. Well, Senator David Argel of Schuylkill County hosted this annual Senior Expo today. It featured more than 40 exhibits, and as Matthew Petrillo tells us, every participant walked away knowing a little bit more about how to live a healthier, more productive life.
The annual Senior Expo has been drawing the most wise Schuylkill County residents for 4 years now, like Pat Horst.
Meeting people and talking to the different representatives and getting information from them.
And there's a lot of information to consume here. 42 vendors came out this year, one of the biggest yet. They had speakers on everything from the Attorney General's office to independent living services, the Commissioner's office, and of course, safety awareness organizations.
Just hands-on, just interacting with them, seeing what they need, how we can help them, what kind of tips I can share with them, patient safety tips, and just educating them.
People need to know that we are here for them. So when you are right here in the community and they can reach out and know that you're here is the best thing.
Now, the expo wasn't just informational. There were also door prizes here and even a town hall meeting with Senator Argel.
The goal is to bring as many services together as possible so that seniors can get their answers to their questions right in one place.
And seniors have quite a few questions.
They're looking for advice on different services. Perhaps they would like to stay in their home as they age. Maybe they're looking for a new housing opportunity. Or maybe they just want to complain to me about an unfair school district property tax bill. Whatever it is, we're here to listen and hopefully to help.
There were free glaucoma and blood pressure screenings. And the County Election Bureau demonstrated how to use their new touchscreen systems to voters.
We have absentee applications. One can be obtained. Of course, we're having an election on July 23rd for the Hazleton Area School District.
And after a full day of learning all about the senior services that the county provides, this man says one thing stuck out to him.
Floors are hard. Hard on their knees. The floors are hard.
Maybe next time, in addition to all the vendors, they'll have softer carpets. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Frackville.
So maybe you're having a bad day or you're just in a rush, but that doesn't mean you can drive aggressively. Christina Papa spoke with PennDOT today to find out how they are cracking down.
Amber Pinkerton and her friends shared the roads with drivers as they biked through Hazleton today. Believe it or not, they crossed paths with a couple of aggressive drivers.
It's like people just get so close to you and it's like they go so fast and it's like they're not really being considerate of like where we are, and it's like when I'm riding, I'm like oh my gosh, like this person's passing me and they're really close, like you can like feel it, and it's just like it's a little scary.
Lucky for Amber, PennDOT recently partnered up with 350 police departments across the state to help stop those aggressive drivers.
This is an attempt to get drivers to be safe on the roads. Aggressive driving includes everything from following too closely, tailgating, running red lights, speeding. Anything like that is classified as aggressive driving.
Last year alone, 6,700 crashes and almost 200 fatalities were attributed to aggressive driving in PA. PennDOT plans to decrease those numbers with this $2.3 million federally funded project.
So this is federal dollars that are coming to PennDOT, and then we use those monies and we end up making sure those monies get out to these local municipalities, and they can pay the guys if they need to do overtime, if there's individuals for the stepped up effort.
Drivers are reminded to share the roads safely with motorcycles, pedestrians, and of course, bikers.
Drivers that pass bikes traveling in the same direction must drive 4 feet or more to the left of the bike. Amber says most drivers have been pretty good about it.
There's been some people that are just like, but like most of them have been like really awesome. The truck drivers are probably like one of the best because they just like move over really far.
But if you do see someone in the road tailgating or speeding, PennDOT spokesperson James May says the best thing to do:
first and foremost, do what is going to be the safest thing. If you need to pull over and let somebody pass, pull over, but don't try to do something to get back at the person, because then things just begin to escalate.
Amber and her friends were staying safe on the roads today. They hope drivers will slow down and do the same. Christina Papa, News 13, Hazel Township.
And time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar. Just another summer afternoon. There are showers moving through the area, some thunderstorms too as well, and it's going to continue to move through until most of this evening. Our creative condition is all about a sunny summer day. It's by Maron Gonzalez, a student at West Hazelton Elementary Middle School, and he says it's a good day to go in his yard and play on the swing set. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazelton for tonight. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low around 65. Then for Thursday, mostly cloudy, chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, a high up to 76. Slight chance of showers through the evening with a low around 60 degrees. Heading to Schuylkill County for tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely during the overnight. Some of those storms could produce some gusty winds, a low down to 67. And for Thursday, morning showers and thunderstorms likely, then mostly cloudy, the high about 80. Slight chance of showers into the evening with a low around 59. Well, it's been 17 years since the last time those pesky cicadas have come up from underground. While they made a lot of noise, they also did some damage during their short life cycle. But as Matthew Petrillo tells us, don't worry, because the creepy creatures haven't done that much harm.
They cannot sting, and they don't bite. But cicadas can cause some damage when they lay their eggs. That's because they lay them in plants, in everything from big oak trees to small flowers like roses.
They will want to protect their roses perhaps with a netting of some kind to keep them off, because that can be really devastating to a small plant.
Susan Highland has been teaching people how to take care of their gardens for 12 years at Penn State, and she has a special interest in cicadas. She says if you see some discoloration in the leaves of your trees, it's probably from the cicadas laying their eggs there. But don't be alarmed. What are you looking for when you're looking at a tree like this?
Well, at this time of year, we're looking for these brown destroyed branches on here. When they pierce the new growth off of the trees and lay the females and lay the eggs down in there, then that destroys that end of the tree.
That part of the tree might turn brown and it'll eventually fall off. But she says the tree as a whole will be fine and will regrow itself. Meanwhile, for being above ground for only 6 to 8 weeks, the cicadas aren't so lucky. The guys are short-lived. They die after they mate, so sorry guys. And the females die after they lay their eggs, and they'll lay anywhere between 300 to 500 each.
A mass of the eggs inside a crevice of a broken branch.
And while no one exactly knows the purpose of cicadas, including this bug lady, she says some animals find them awfully tasty.
This is an increase in food supply, if nothing else, for birds, possums, I think, fly fishing. So yeah, this will be a big food source this year for numbers of animals.
She just suggests not eating the cicadas yourself, unless of course you're going to grill them at your next neighborhood cookout. Just remember to add a lot of barbecue sauce. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Pottsville.
A lot of barbecue sauce. Well, let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you play. The daily 034, Big 4 1758, Quinto 39165, and the treasure hunt 4 5 16 25 26. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Nana. This news comes with love from Chad, Mom, and Zoe. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Holy Name of Jesus Parish at Transfiguration Church will be holding their annual festival July 19th through the 21st, featuring great live entertainment each day and plenty of great homemade food and games. The event will be held rain or shine under the tents. And finally, Touch of Brass will be performing at the historic Brainerd Church on Sunday, July 14th at 2 p.m. The event is free and open to the public. Free refreshments will also be served. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Maureen Barbarette of Hazelton. Mass will be held Friday at 11 a.m. at the Most Precious Blood Church. The Firo Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. Patricia N. Reel of Drums. Memorial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Ward Family Church. Friends may call at the church from 10 to 11 a.m. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family. Aurora Edema of Hazelton. Private services were held from the George A. Strish Funeral Home. John Philip Nakata IV of Tamaqua. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Robert S. Nestor Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. And Barbara L. Salco, formerly of Tresco. Services will be held Friday at 10 a.m. from the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Doves of White, serving Schuylkill and surrounding counties. Call 570-205-1597.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, the District 18 9- and 10-year-old tournament, the first two games for the championship between Hazleton and Jim Thorpe, they were downright nail-biters. 2-1, 6-5. One-run games, very close. So when yesterday they got together for the third and championship game, you figured this could be a classic. Well, that's why you can't predict what happens in the world of sports and athletics. Take a look. It was anything but a tight-knit game. In fact, after 4 innings, it was over. 10-run rule, and the Jim Thorpe Blue team, 11-1 winners over Hazleton. And with that, Jim Thorpe Blue is the District 18 Little League champions, the 9 and 10 division for the 2013 year. Remember, Valley West won the 12-year-old tournament. The 11-year-old tournament still being played, so 2 down, 1 to go. So like we did with Valley West, our congratulations goes out to Jim Thorpe Blue. They're the champs. They'll go on to sectional play against other teams from around the state of Pennsylvania. Now, let's go from the Little Leagues to the minor league baseball report. The Rail Riders, they were involved in a crazy one last night. No Derek Jeter? Well, no problem. They go on and win 8-7 over Rochester. It was actually a walk-off win, and Randy Ruiz, he had a home run, couple of RBI, but Stratton Wilkes-Barre playing a little bit better baseball. I'm sure Jeter will be back in the lineup. They gave him just a little bit of a breather. Now let's go down to Coca-Cola Park. You're taking a look at some of the action from that beautiful facility down in the Lehigh Valley area where the Iron Pigs were taking on the Paw Sox, the first place affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. And, you know, they won the first 2 of this series. Could they do it again? Well, you take a look. As long as they had Cesar Hernandez in the lineup, that was going to take place. You're watching him triple. It was 1 of 3 hits that he had. He also doubled, knocked in 2 runs. He scored 3 times. In case you haven't noticed, Philly fans, his average is at a very robust 313. Oh, by the way, Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs win this one, 6-1 over Pawtucket. So they're looking okay. They'll go for the sweep in the series tonight. There you take a look. You got Pawtucket, Lehigh Valley, Rochester, and the Rail Riders. So we'll see what happens there. Major League Baseball. Well, the mirage of winning those games in Minnesota are over. The Yankees have now lost 3 in a row, and they have not, listen to this, folks, had an extra base hit since a double in the 7th inning on Friday. Almost been a week without an extra base hit. Can you imagine that? They used to call this team the Bronx Bombers. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay could be the hottest team in baseball. They're feasting on the Twins. They won again last night. They'll try it again today. Mets are out in San Francisco. The Pirates have lost the first 2 to Oakland, and the Phils, they're going to go for win number 3 tonight against the Nationals. The Phils are just 1 game below the 500 mark. They're going to tease us, right? That's what the Phillies are going to do this year. But, hey, let's beat the Nationals. That'd be nice. Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mountain Speedway. Here's a look at this weekend's action. It's going to be busy. The pits, well, 2 o'clock. Going to open up in the grandstand at 5. Practices are going to start at 4, and the racing will begin at 6. So plenty of action this Saturday, and it's well worth it. Hey, grandstand admission only $10. Kids 10 and under are free, and if you're an active military or a student, even senior discount, $2 off the price of admission. There's the website and the phone numbers. You could call them and get all the information on the excitement of racing down at Mountain Speedway.
And here's what our media partner, the Standardspeaker, is working on for tomorrow's edition. Surveillance cameras could be coming to one Hazleton neighborhood in the near future. You can read all about it in the Thursday edition of the Standardspeaker. And plenty more news and information headed your way on News 13. PennDOT and police combining forces in our area to combat aggressive driving. That story and much more news when the 13 crew comes right back.